Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with Retire Different. At Retire Different, we talk about money in a very human way. We try to approach it holistically, how it affects our lives in all dimensions. And I've got an article today that I want to share with you. It's something I wrote for my grandchildren. My grandchildren are 11 years old, 2 years old, and 1 month old. And I thought it was time that I shared with them my thoughts about money, the decisions that I've made in my life, the things that I might have done differently. And it's going to be an interesting one to share with you because I wrote this for them. So the words, the way that this article is written is as a letter to my grandchildren. So I encourage you to go out and read the letter because maybe you can read it to your grandchildren or send it to them. It's meant to be practical and useful and friendly from a Baba. I'm Baba Margaret to my grandchildren. So I'm going to read this. I might even look down at times and read from the actual article because some of these words resonate in the way that I wrote them, the kind of tone that I put into them, because I want it to be approachable and something that they would read and understand. So it just simply starts off by saying, "Dear Max, Marvel, and Jack, I love you guys so much, and I want to share with you some of the things that I've learned about money in my life that might be of value to you. You know, we talk about all kinds of crazy things, and I really love the friendship and the conversations that we are establishing together. I just love being with you. But today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious, and that's money." Now, people might say to you, money can't buy happiness, and you hear this all the time. Well, I would like to tell you that that's wrong. Money can buy you happiness, and it can buy you happiness if you know how to shop for it. And this is the most important thing. Since I'm not going to be around forever, I want to make sure that you learn from my mistakes, from the things that I've done over my life, and maybe do things a little bit differently. So, money can buy you happiness. Now, you might think that money can buy you happiness by buying you things, by buying you toys, by buying a bike or something that's fun and you really, really wanted. Now, that is not going to buy you happiness. That may, in the short term, make you feel happy, and you might enjoy that thing that you purchased. You might follow your friends' ideas and buy what they buy, or follow the ads that you see on TV or on the internet. But where can you buy happiness? Now, I quote in the article my old friend Socrates. Well, he's not really my old friend, as you know, but he's, a wise philosopher who said, happiness starts by knowing yourself. And that's how you buy happiness. You start by knowing yourself. What do you love to do? What are you passionate about? What do you want to become when you grow up? What are you good at? What makes you smile? If you can answer those questions, like those simple questions about who you are as a person, then you'll start to realize that you're 90% towards being able to purchase or buy happiness, because it's by starting to know who you are, what's important to you, and not trying to please everybody else or buying things because they're the greatest, latest, newest thing. But it's ways of living your life in a rich way by exploring the world, exploring your passions, growing and learning, being kind and compassionate, giving back to the world. Make yourself a better person. Make the world a better place. These are the things that create happiness in your life. Just try to ignore everything else, all those other very seductive things that people want you to purchase. That's the only way to buy happiness, is by knowing what you really love. Now, there's another thing I want to talk about, and that's about the people, the friends that you choose, because the way they think about money is going to impact the way that you think about money. Now, it doesn't matter how much Baba says, to not go with this person or not have this friend. You're going to marry who you want, who you love, and you're going to hang out with the friends that you want every day when you're younger. That's just how it is. You will make your decisions. But it's important, in my opinion, to ask yourself some questions when you're making lifelong commitments to people, really strong friendships. First thing is to say, what is that person's relationship to money? Are they the type of person who spends money without thinking? How do they react to this conversation when you talk about money? Do they, enjoy talking about it or positively talk about it, or do they shy away from it? Do they know what they want in life and that they're prepared to wait for it and to save for it and invest for it? What is their opinion for money? This is honestly one of the main things that people disagree with when you get married and you have a situation with, like a long-term friendship or relationship, what their attitude to money is. It really makes such a huge difference. The way that we look at money, in my opinion, actually it reflects all the other areas of our life as well. So this is a lesson I have learned as your Baba. I have learned this many times in my life, and I want you to, hopefully find someone in your life who is going to share your same values, and especially your values about money. Another thing I want to remind you is you've got to put yourself first now and again. This is something that a lot of people forget as they get into retirement when they're older, like I am. They forget to put themselves first. There's lots of people that want to take your money. There's companies, there's businesses, governments, people, even your family members, people that would like you to help them with money. And you've got to always remember, even though you're quite young now, you've got to remember to save your money when when you can. Put some money always every month aside for you. If you're only getting a little bit of pocket money, or you're in your first job, whenever you're watching this video, put some money aside for you. Put yourself first. Because the truth is, you're never going to achieve financial freedom. You're never going to achieve that ability to work for yourself, maybe, or not have to work for someone else in your life. Just save some of your money for you. And better still, invest it. And trust me, if you start investing now, I know this sounds like such a big word, like invest. When you're younger, it's like investing it, putting it in something for 30 years. I mean, you can't even imagine that distance when you're young, but it's true. And it's not about depriving yourself from things. It's not saying, no, I won't buy that thing I love. It's saying yes to the things that you want to do, not just now, but in the future. So for example, if you were to take like 10% of your money and save it every month, that would be a good start. But say, for example, just as an example, you want to be a teacher and you want to earn, you'll earn maybe $50,000 a year, which is good, but it's not like a huge amount of money, but you want to save. If you took $500 of that salary every month, which isn't, it's a good portion, but say $500 from that amount, and you saved it for 40 years. Okay, maybe you're only 20 now, but that means you're 60. Maybe you're 10, and that would be 50. But in 40 years' time, you will have $2.6 million in the bank. Now, 40 years sounds like a very long time, but if you make it a part of your savings routine and just have it automatically put into an investment account that's going to earn you, say, 10%, that's really the thing to do, because you end up with $2.6 million for your savings for your retirement, or however old you are, for travel or whatever you want to do. And that can be really, really life-changing. Now, I don't regret, my decisions that I made. I don't regret any of them. I don't regret the careers that I chose. I don't regret the mistakes that I've made, because I've learned from them. But this is just simple wisdom that I want to share with you, because I really believe in you guys. I believe that you are, all three of you, and maybe more to come, are going to, really make a difference in this world. You're going to make this a better place. Your ideas, your creativity, your sweetness, your kindness, all those things that I love so much about you are going to be the things that make this world a better place with you in it. So besides savings, as I said, invest. Every investment you make is going to take you closer to your goals in life. And you don't have to be a CEO of a big company or a doctor or a lawyer. You just have to take the money that you're earning when you start working and putting a little bit aside every month. There are people who have got lots of money who are unhappy and they're bankrupt because they manage their money badly. And there are people who are artists and creative people who are making a lot of money, millions of dollars, because they've been persistent and kept going with their passion for what they love. That's the most important thing we talked about at the very, very beginning. Just be patient. I know that's a really, really hard word. And for you adults that are watching this, remember this too. We always want the best for our children. We always want them to have a better life than we had. If we didn't have money as a child, we always want them to have lots of things. So we sometimes don't teach them patience to wait for things that they really, really want. The truly precious things in life are worth waiting for. And we know this. So, as you, my grandchildren, are reading or listening to this, just know that the precious things don't cost money. And happiness is not achieved by buying things. And it sounds so simplistic, but it's really, really true. I hope that these words will help you as you go through your life. I'm speaking to my grandchildren now. This is Baba speaking. I hope that these words will help you to make better financial decisions and to have the most happy and wonderful and fulfilling life ever. I really look forward to chatting with you about this as you get older, anytime that you want to talk. And I hope that all the adults that are listening to this to offer this to their grandchildren at this as well. Let's reach out to the next generation, because, you know, Max and Marvel and Jack, you are my world. You are my future. You take me into the future. And I want you to have a happy and, prosperous and, just a fulfilling life. I want you to be happy. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I know this was a personal conversation, but I hope it's helped everyone, and I know it did me. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your support of Retire Different, and take good care. Bye for now.